Well, this is Cardo's Media, and yeah, don't blame the messenger. Yeah.
Yo, you don't know, this is Trilogy, straight out of Dominica, and you're tuned in to Cardo's Media. Don't blame the messenger. Boom! Yes, everybody, welcome to Cardo's Media for tonight's episode. We can just, as you have our guest right there with us, TK John Baptist. If you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself quickly, can go ahead.
Hi, good night. I am a virtual assistant, a freelancer who also works full time. I'm currently based in Nevis.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. All right, we just pushing it out there. So there's the best time. Well, I don't know if you can share yours to your followers, but we're just sharing it out there. So connecting the followers one time to it. Okay.
Put her in the, tag her in the
comments.
yeah,
The caption. Basically, yeah. Let me tag you there. Let me tag you.
So you say you're based in Nevis?
Yes.
So what's the work market out there like? Stop. What's the work market out there in Nevis like? If there are other people who would wanna probably be interested.
It have jobs, but I would say it's mostly in the hospitality industry. They also have call centers here, so call centers, supermarkets, hospitality. That's the majority of the jobs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One time. Next week we'll run a couple the ad and them done. So we'll just get into it quickly. We all know already, how sometimes the local job markets can be, oversaturated. Sometimes opportunities are not available. So then when I saw that you were somebody who consistently post opportunities that persons can get access to online. I can put you in the back office, Richie. Yes, basically. So I saw that you're a person who would, consistently post content and post valuable information, so that persons can get access or better ability to get employment. I figured this would be a perfect opportunity for you to just reach out to the public. So then, in the online employment arena, how would you say how much different is it actually compared to the physical employment? Yeah,
I would say it's very similar in a lot of aspects, even to the point where, the same way you would probably be applying to multiple places before you can get, maybe one or two responses. I would say it's the same thing online, maybe even more difficult online because, you're competing with a wider market, of course. People from all over the world applying and whatnot. So it's very similar in the sense of like, you can apply for your skill set. So, if you're doing customer service, you can apply for a customer service job online and you'd be doing the same thing you'd be doing in an office just through a laptop or through the phone.
okay.
So in a lot of ways, it's very similar. It's just that if you're a freelancer, it's in a sense where you're not necessarily working for one person, you're more working for yourself, you're just on contract with that company.
With that. Okay. All right. And then so I'm gonna ask you quickly there, so because as we on that there is, so do the road to success on online employment, do you take it like as if it's a freelancer job you're doing? Do you pay respect to your time, or is it like you have to just be available anytime, every time?
It depends on the job, right? So for example, if you're on a platform like Upwork, which is a platform for freelancers, most of the times when you apply for a job, it's usually paying you by a per hour basis. So the client might be paying you if it's $10 an hour or whatnot. And
Mm-hmm.
there's usually Upwork itself has something to use to time track, but you can also use other softwares and whatnot to track your
Track
time
your time.
that you're working and whatnot. But I don't work through Upwork anymore. So how I do my work is I don't really get paid by an hourly basis. I get paid more for just, my expertise, what I can do. It's more like a package. I do it more like a package system.
System. And then I was about to ask you one of the platforms, what are some of the platforms you use? Because I know you mentioned Upwork.
Okay, so you see, that's why I say, like, if anybody in Dominica really interested in working online, then they
Mm-hmm.
should try and join the Work Online Dominica program, because
Okay.
that's what I did. And it really helped me a lot because it basically helping you set up your freelancer profiles on Upwork, on freelancer.com, on Fiverr and whatnot. And it
Mm-hmm.
helps you identify your skills that you can use to work online, as well as, pros and cons of working online, how you would get paid and all that sort of stuff. So I would really recommend anyone to do the program, apply when they have a next opening.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I started off. So I started off on Upwork, and I got my first job on Upwork, but it was part-time. She was based in Australia, so the time difference was a bit challenging. And
Mm-hmm.
it was for basic stuff, just social media scheduling and whatnot. It was by an hourly basis. But apart from working with her and maybe like doing what, because you can also do like one-time projects. So somebody
Mm-hmm.
might just hire you to um, do some meeting notes for them, or, write a letter or do a transcription or whatnot. So apart from other one-time projects, I haven't really been on Upwork since. Upwork takes a lot of work. You
Takes a
have
lot
to
of
be on
work.
it. Yeah, you have to be on it constantly because it always have job applications. It always have jobs posting, yes. But remember, it have millions of other people using Upwork. So it means you have to be quick to apply to a job, because time you see 20 people apply to a job, better you don't even apply to the job again.
Hmm.
So you just have to, it's something that takes a lot of time, and you have to really be just at it. You probably have to apply more than 20 times before you get like one good response to say, you know? So
Okay.
with working online, it's just something where you just have to keep on applying until you find one that
That
works for
works
you.
for you. So
Yeah.
basically, you have to be very determined. I wanted to ask you this question
Yeah.
because I think a lot of persons will be interested in it. When you're working with Upwork, is the payment? How do you get your payment, and how easy to get your payment through?
The good thing about Upwork is that it is secure. So they do care about, for if someone hires you for a job, they have to have the money there already to pay you.
To pay
So
you.
if it's a situation, I mean, it might have a situation where like they say like, they're not happy with the work you do and whatnot, and then Upwork might get involved and so on. But in terms of like getting payment, usually they already have the payment there, and then it will be sent out to you through PayPal, or I'm not sure if they have Pioneer attached to it, but
Okay,
mostly
yeah.
PayPal.
Okay, and your people working well for payments, right?
Yes, but I try not to use PayPal to collect payments.
Okay. All right, guys.
PayPal
Go ahead. Go ahead.
PayPal conversion rates is low, and it also takes a lot of money from what you already receiving.
Okay. All right. Takes a lot of it. So the fees are very high. You trying to say?
Yeah, so for example, if somebody have to send you 500 USD, they send
Mm-hmm.
the 500 USD, but you're going to get for something. You're not going to get the 500.
And then when
And then,
you
and then when you want to send it to your account, if once you're sending it manually, you have to pay another 5 US to send it to your account.
send
It
it
will
to your
come
account.
automatically to come in like minutes, but you also have to pay another fee. Or you have to wait until it send it to your account automatically, which is still like the first of every month or something like that.
All right. Yes, everybody, if you're just joining us there live, we're talking about online employment and happening in Dominica. I think she mentioned there's an online job Dominica program that happens every so often. She was recommending that if you're in Dominica, then you should look forward to having that as your starter or your elementary level of working online. But also she make mention of Upwork, and this is a platform that she used already and it works well. Payment is secure. So if you guys looking for any employment online, you can look for either the online job Dominica program when it's available, or you can probably look at Upwork. So apart from those two, is there any other program you can recommend that you have experience in? Yeah.
No, I didn't. That was the only program I really did. I'm a person where I like to do research. So even before I joined the program, I was always researching online of how I can make money online and so on. And I already had an Upwork profile. It just wasn't really working for me because I didn't really know how to set up my profile, how to optimize my profile. So that is why doing the program really worked for me. But
Mm-hmm.
if you know you haven't gotten through the program, the second best thing I can recommend to anyone is, YouTube. YouTube
Okay.
really is
So
your best friend because you have other freelancers on YouTube that, if you search what you want to learn about, it will always have videos on it. So you want to learn more about working online, you want to learn more about remote work, you want to learn how to become a freelancer, it have videos on that. And even as a virtual assistant, to this day, if I want to learn how to do something that I haven't done before, I go to YouTube. We have other virtual assistants who post their own little like mini course on YouTube of videos of how to do certain things, trainings and whatnot.
mhm.
So that's the best avenue you can use.
Okay. So in terms of, but in the YouTube aspect of it, guys, if you, I think I did a first video, it's like a teaser video on it. YouTube is a very valid option, especially in the Caribbean. Some persons believe that because the Dominica is not listed as a monetization country, but there's ways you can work around this thing. So if you guys looking at a way to make money and then maybe have a good personality or you can do videography or something like that, then you can really turn to YouTube. I'm not too sure about the other platforms. I've been trying to see and feel to see if they're working already, but I'm not too sure. The good thing about YouTube is that when they pay you, is a straight bank wire bank transfer. So you have to wait for no checks in your hand. It goes straight to your bank account. And once your AdSense account is in Dominica, then everything is fine. It will work up with any bank in Dominica. The other aspects of online or working online, because she spoke about Upwork, which was virtual assistant in Upwork or something else.
Yes, I'm a virtual assistant, but on Upwork, you can be a freelancer in anything, graphic design, writing, translation, anything.
Okay, because there are also other aspects of it you can do. Sometimes you can also do teaching online, and you can
Yes,
get
so
paid for that.
why I created my Instagram, that Instagram is really just dedicated to posting information that I have because I used to have a blog posting the same type of information, but I stopped doing the blog. So with the Instagram page is basically to give out that same information. So I
Mhm.
did a post talking about various platforms where you can basically apply to teach online. And it's really simple teaching jobs. It's not even to say like you need any kind of qualification. And it's most of the time it's just teaching English
Yeah.
to foreign speakers. So
Wow.
it's really simple.
I think it also voiceover. I think there's also voiceover jobs online people can also do too, as well. We will get you guys those links in a later post. I want you to just connect with, because I think a lot of persons just coming out of college is really looking to gain employment, and sometimes maybe not they're not getting employment here. Just saying, sometimes I'm not too sure. So what, a couple of words you would give somebody just coming from college looking to get employment online, to gain employment online?
Honestly, the first thing I would say is that if you want to work online, you need to have these three qualities. You need to be tech savvy, okay? Because sometimes people message me asking for the links to apply to these jobs. And I would send them all the links in one comment, one reply. And then they would tell me the link not working. But then I feel like if you already knew about, phones and whatnot, you would know you'd have to copy it and paste it somewhere else, and then you would see the links, and then you could just click the link and it would bring you to the stuff. So I feel like if you want to work online, you need to be tech savvy. You need to be a quick learner, because sometimes you start working with a client and they want to switch from let's say Asana to Trello. So maybe you know how to use Asana, but you don't know how to use Trello. You need to be a quick learner and quickly learn how to use Trello. Be able to look it up, see how it works. If you have to go on YouTube, watch YouTube videos of how to use it so that you can be able to help your clients. So you need to be a quick learner. And three, you need to be a self-starter. A lot of people like you to hold their hand and give them everything they need, but you need to be a self-starter. You need to be someone who takes the initiative and goes ahead and does the research, do the course, and just, they like independent workers, basically. They like to know, they tell you how to do the job and they can just leave you alone to do the job.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to be a self-starter in the sense of that. For example, when I was on Upwork, I used to see, okay, I seen so many jobs where they're asking that the person know to use Canva. So I was like, what is Canva and so on. So I took it upon myself, research Canva, and I start learning how to use Canva. Now I using Canva. So it's that kind of initiative you need to have in order to really succeed, because you have to really push yourself and learn new things and be able to move in those different.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. Somebody was asking in the comments if you can see it. What about customer service representative online? Is there job openings on Fiverr for that? Would you have any idea?
On Fiverr, Upwork, those platforms, yes, they're always looking for customer service. That's like one of the most common jobs you'll find online, customer service. So apart from those platforms, because again, I don't really use those platforms anymore. If someone looking for just work online, I've posted about many websites they can use that basically posts vacancy listings for remote work all the time, daily, weekly. So they can always go back to those websites, check them out, and they can search by category, what type of job that they're looking for.
Okay. Basically, for the person, there was somebody who made the comment. For the person that made the comment, I was looking it up actually live when you made the request, and I'm seeing that there's an hourly rate of 5 to 15 US. For the same customer service representative you're talking about. I guess your hourly rate would maybe be based on your level of experience. So then yes, on Upwork they do have openings right there. Somebody mentioned about the teaching part. You have any links for teaching on your list of
Yes, I did do a video on some websites you can apply to for teaching jobs as well.
Okay. So then I will get that. I will get them teaching sites to you, Miss Sarita. Somebody was saying today, earlier I was applying for a customer service representative online. However, it was saying based in US. So this is something I guess you have to be very attentive to when you have job listings online. You may have to look out for the one that says remote, right? Am I correct?
Yes. So sometimes the jobs posted is not all of them are remote, but sometimes they will specify the country that they are looking for the remote worker in. But your phone still die on me. Jesus. Where my phone?
Yes. All right. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I just fell in the back and she has some issues with her phone. But yes, basically, you can do teaching online. We will give you the videos. I will get you. We can find the videos. I'll get you the videos there so you can You can look for it. Or else can come in now, G. Definitely. Well, you mute there, so
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
Richie.
I'm here, man. I'm here, man.
Yeah,
I just
guys. So we're
have to
giving
be
our
today.
go ahead. Yeah, man, he has a baby today, but we're giving the guests a little chance to get our phone sorted out because
Yeah,
we
I,
have to
I was saying if you could pull up any of her videos whilst we're on the live stream here now, so we can,
they could see. Yeah, basically, let me
yeah,
just get it up
persons
one
could see
time.
what it is. Because
Yeah, man.
she has some pretty informative videos, which I've seen a few of them already. But just for other people who have not seen or post her page, the link to her
The link
page.
to our page, yeah.
So we'll put the link to her page in the comments, so you can just go on her page and find some of the videos that she's talking about as well.
Yeah, definitely. Let me just get it there. So can you find your videos? Okay. Hopefully, guys, she come back on soon. If we can, she will give you some more
Instagram as
information.
Virtual Empire. What?
Virtual Empire.
Okay.
I'm just Instagram, see if I can get it. But just a quick question for the persons online viewing. Is anyone watching that has been experienced in the online employment stuff? Doesn't have to be Dominica anyway.
Experiencing it in what way? What do you mean?
Like they're working online, they're getting paid from online, and they can remote jobs, so they can just identify themselves in the comment section.
I work online. You working online right now? Isn't that what you
Definitely, because I wanted to give her, I wanted her to give her experience because I do have experience of working online, and the experience I have working online is it took me it was a culture shock. Working online, may seem, oh well, you have to wake up early in the morning to every day I wake up early in the morning, which is very true. But part of the experience I have from working online, I don't sleep most times.
You
I
don't
don't sleep
sleep?
in the night. I don't sleep in the night most times
Okay.
because I'd have to do a lot of work, get stuff done, graphic designing, video editing. Yes, you're on your own time, but you have to manage it properly. So it gives you some flexibility, which is very true, but also you have to work around that and make sure you get jobs done on time. Another thing is just basically communication is always key when you're working with somebody remotely and you can communicate effectively, because not every time you'll be able to handle your projects in one time. But if you can let them know, oh, she just say have
Her phone
her
died.
phone died. Okay, yes, we're waiting on you.
You
Right?
want us? If you want, we could send you the link to that person's message, so that you could just come up on their phone if that's something you want to do.
All right, because my line of work, we have to be managing accounts and all those things. Yeah, it can get a little bit hectic, eh? Can get a little bit hectic. All right, so then guys, we're just gonna go watch a couple of things work on as a tutor. I'm gonna pull up a video right there. Let me get that out. Just now. Share the second screen. Oh, she's back in, eh? All right, so we're gonna play. I'm gonna play one of the videos so they could see what you're talking about. Hopefully, the audio will pass through. Yeah.
No audio.
No audio.
No.
All right. So the first step is preply. The audio passing through. So the first step is preply.
Yes.
Then the next one is Cambly. If you're taking note, that's CAMBLY, Cambly, and then you can go and set up your profile on that as well. Okay, and then the next one is Native Camp. So Native Camp, for those tutors I want to move to the online workforce, nativecamp.net. All right. This one is Study Pool, if you can see it properly. Study Pool.
Study pool is more like you helping children with their homework. So they post questions, and if it's in a field of expertise, if it's in your field of expertise, you can respond and get money based on your response and so on.
All right, that's good. So Study Pool is more or less to help, like at level, basically tutoring, helping with homework.
You can also get paid by, if you like upload your notes, like if you keep your notes from school and whatnot, and so, and you can get paid for uploading your notes and whatnot.
Okay, that's good. And this one is Course Hero. What is Course Hero about?
It's the same thing like Study Pool in the sense of that you're answering questions and getting paid for it. Okay,
nice.
So I actually used to do that one, but I just doesn't really pay attention to it anymore.
No. Okay, guys, like guys, share this with somebody that would help them, help them, change their financial situation, help them get employment online. Share this video with somebody that would benefit them, because it's a very informative session this tonight there. So just go ahead. I think you will. Let me see. You can share your social media handle right now, so persons can even log on and follow you and see what you're all about.
Let me go to the.
You still on? You on? You on? Okay. So yes, so she's just putting in the comments right there. Lovely. We've been talking about. I mean, is there any way you can probably detail the cons of working from online?
Well, with working online, I guess you would say actually getting paid is a bit of a downside in the sense that because of where we are located and whatnot, when you get paid, it's a bit complicated. If you use PayPal, it's taken from your money. If you use Payoneer, it's the same thing. You have they cannot really do direct transfers. If you're using Wise, but we can't even use Wise anymore because they stop giving our country access to basically currency accounts. So you can't even use Wise again.
I heard you speak about Remitly before. Is that a recommended site?
Remitly is my number one recommended site. It's just something where you'd probably just have to ask your client if that's a method of payment they're willing to use, because it's not like a typical form of payment. Because a Remitly is almost like a MoneyGram, but it's better in the sense that you can give the person the option to basically put the money directly on your card. So when my client uses Remitly, it comes automatically to my card in like minutes. So it's kind of like a MoneyGram in a way. They are the ones setting up an account on it. You don't really set up an account on it. You just give them the information and they send the money to you.
They send the money to you. Wow. This is really good. Really
Yes.
good. And then the cons, and then the pros. We talk about the cons, the pros of working from online.
Well, what I love about, being a virtual assistant, being a freelancer is that I'd have to work a set time. That's not necessarily for everyone, because you could get a job online where you're working a regular 8 to 5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case for me. For me, it's more like I have my own business. It's just not something that I've actually like registered or anything like that. It's more like
Mm-hmm.
a side hustle for me, but it's more like my own business because I get clients, they message me to do something for them. It's usually short-term projects. I have long-term clients, but it's more like one person working with me to work with different businesses. So, and a lot of the work I do is not something that's time sensitive. So, for example, one of the stuff I do is social media management. So, as long
Mm-hmm.
as if I know my client posts is like if it's 2 days a week, I can do all what I have to do for schedule the post on Monday, and then I have the rest of the week to myself. So it's I like the freedom of I like the freedom of it.
Of
That's the
it, yeah.
best part of it, really. Because I mean, also I could be on the beach on my laptop doing work if I had to do work. It's not something that restricted to one place or
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. But you had on, but your social media management that was very good, because when I was doing social media management, the amount of posts I had to schedule per week was just crazy. And I had to, do the designs, get the approvals, schedule, all them things. So sometimes you get, a job online where it's, you can really do things for yourself, and other times you have to really and truly hustle. So one of the
Yeah.
things I wanted to just point out here, working online may sound nice, but it's still ideally is twice the hustle of even a physical job, because you have to manage yourself and then make sure you're on point for the client.
That's why working online is not for everyone because it's really something where you have to be self motivated and you have to have discipline. So, because basically, if you're just working from home, so if you don't have the discipline, you wouldn't do the work on time. You might not get the work done when you have to get it done. You might be distracted doing all kind of other stuff instead of the work you're supposed to be doing. So it's really something where you have to be self motivated and have the discipline to do. But with the social media management, I did have a client one time where she was in a different time frame. So she was in a time zone. So she was
Mhm.
in London and I had to get the post out by a certain time every morning. So we would try to schedule the post ahead of time, but sometimes I wouldn't work out. So it's almost like I had to get up every day, regular time to work.
To post. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah, but it still wasn't the case where I had to be at my computer whole day. So I'll
Hmm.
do what I have to do and get off and I have the rest of the day to myself. So it's still something where, yeah, it just depends on what they're using, what their system set up like, and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Lovely. Um, what I wanted to ask you is like, for basically, then if I am not, disciplined enough, I should leave it alone, right?
Absolutely. Because it's, again, remember, I mean, if you're applying to a job here, you're just basically, I mean, competition with other Dominicans just in the island. But online, you're competing with other people around the world, probably applying to the same job. So it's really just in a sense of like you really have to be determined. Or okay, for example, with me, I see on Upwork, it was taking too much time and effort to be just searching, 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 trying to find a job. So what I started to do was I started to market myself on Facebook. Right? I started to promote myself on Facebook. I was like, okay, I need to have a portfolio because that's usually what clients ask for instead of, I mean, you still have to have a resume and so on, but they ask for a portfolio, something showing your examples of work that you've already done, basically.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, I need to have a portfolio. How do I get the experience when I yet to get a job and so on? So I market myself on Facebook, and I was basically offering to do projects for free so that I could use it for my portfolio. And that's why I ended up doing my internship with one of my past clients. And that was kind of like really the jump start for my um, remote work career, basically, because I was there for a good couple months and I learned a lot. So I mean, you have to, if one avenue not working for you, you just have to try and figure out something else. LinkedIn as well is a really, really good platform for any professionals. So that's a good place for you to promote yourself, showcase what you can do, and the better you get at it, the better for you, because then you can see when people are viewing your LinkedIn profile and from which industries they come from and so on. Because one client I recently worked with, they found me through LinkedIn. So it's a good platform to
Market yourself,
have.
right?
Yeah.
Definitely. So, guys, I'm just trying to think of if you guys have any questions, you can ask it right there. She's right here. She'll answer it. If you don't get a chance to ask any questions, then you can reach out on social media. One of the things I wanted to just point out in terms of content creation, because we just mentioned it shortly, but we didn't get into it as heavily, because you have to understand that content creating is a very good option for getting paid online. But the reality of the situation is not because you post a video and get a couple thousand views the first time, that means you're gonna get paid for that. What happens in between? So you have to, and I say that just to say that you have to be of the mindset that starting off, you will not be the monetary value right away. As soon as he says to get her, she donated, she volunteered her work for the first couple of months so she could build her profile. You have to build an online profile, and a strong online profile. Just like how you have to build a strong CV here for a physical job, but being a strong online profile that would get you into jobs and get you into spots and projects.
Mm.
Okay.
And part of that too is that sometimes, people see my posts and they figure they could just go ahead and apply to the job, but they don't take the time to look at their own resume and cover letter. So that's a big part of it as well. A lot of the times, how you would do your resume for applying for online work is slightly different from how you would when you're applying for a physical job, because you really want to highlight your technical, what's the word I want to use? Your technological skills. You want to highlight those on your resume when it comes to online work. So if you have experience in office administration, of Microsoft Office, if you have experience in Canva, if you have experience in Photoshop and those kind of stuff, that's the kind of stuff you want to have on your resume for online work.
Yeah.
So it would look a little bit different, and a lot of people, I realize a lot of people back home don't really and are not really good in resume writing.
Okay.
But it's something that I did learn in school. They touched on it briefly did they touch on it in high school? I cannot remember, but in college, I remember really learning how to do it. So that was a part of one of the college electives. And still, if you didn't do it in school, you can just go online and look up resume samples and try and replicate your own that way.
Yeah. And as we on the topic of resume building and writing and all those things, you have to have the mindset of investing in yourself, developing yourself, so that you can
Yeah.
have a better space on that. Okay. So I understand. Yes, you may have your associate's degree, but you might want to do a course, and you can do courses on Udemy, right? You can do courses online that pay a small little fee. So have the idea of investing in yourself even before you even land a job, because the whole point is to get a better pay. All right. So have the mindset of that as well. In your Is there anything you want to tell the viewers as of value? Is there anything of really of value you want to tell them to keep in mind while pursuing an online career?
Really, what I would say to them is you really have to look at yourself and try and identify exactly what it is you would be able to do online. So you really have to recognize your skills, because my identifying my skills was a really tough thing for me to do. And I was really happy with the Work Online Dominica program for helping me do that. So that's, I feel like, the biggest thing you have to do. So you have to be able to identify your skills and say, okay, is this something that can be transferable? Can I do this online? What way can I use these skills to make money online, and so on? Because sometimes it might not be, I mean, it have simpler jobs online, in terms of data
Data entry.
entry.
Mhm.
It have some jobs where you basically just talking to people, texting people, and so on. You can do transcription jobs. Transcription is kind of tedious, but it's not a job where you necessarily need so much experience or anything like that. So it does have one or two jobs where you can do it without any particular skill set. It's just being able to find those that are available to us here in the Caribbean.
In Caribbean.
Yeah,
I
and
think. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that's what that's part of what I do with my page. I like to do research, so I'm always looking for the websites, the companies, and so on that offer those opportunities worldwide.
Hmm. I think I had a short conversation with somebody and they were telling me they were getting sites where they have to pay. You know of any sites where you have to pay to list yourself as a potential candidate for new jobs?
No site. I don't know any site that would ask you to pay to create a profile. It have certain platforms like what's the name? Flex Jobs, I think that's the name.
Okay.
But Flex Jobs is more US based. So it's for people in the US, and it's one of those sites where they post job listings. So basically what they would do is they would set up like subscriptions, or they have an option where they would set certain listings as premium. So if you're not a premium subscriber, you cannot see the job listing. So
Yeah.
that's that in that instance you would have to like pay. But to say like a website where you pay to apply to a job, no, that's like a scam or something. That's not a
It's not valid, you would
it's
say.
not a legitimate listing. So
Yeah.
that's another part of it, being able to identify what is a fake listing and so
What a
on.
real thing.
Yeah, so
Because
the important aspect of that is if you see a listing, you need to research the company name. When you see the company name, research the company name and make notes. So sometimes they might have a link for the website. If you go to the website and the website looking incomplete, the website do have no contact information, or maybe no real location, or it's just not like a proper website. Okay,
like a pivotal.
something suspicious. If you look up the company name and you see they don't have any social media, you're not seeing them even on LinkedIn. You cannot really see any article or anything about them. Again, maybe a scam. So it's stuff like that you have to look at when you're applying for those things. Because sometimes all you have to do is research your company name, and then you might even see Reddit posts about people saying, "Oh, don't trust that, that's a scam." So
Hmm.
it's important to do the necessary research before you apply to the job.
Nice. One of the things I want you to at least just briefly touch on is that I want you, because have working online and applying for jobs online, it means that you literally going up against, let's say for instance, the world saying that you're the best candidate for that. So then just explain to the viewers again how important it is to when you're marketing yourself, building up a profile, applying for the jobs, how everything comes together in terms of landing a job. Because sometimes if you do have it professionally set up and you miss an opportunity, that could be a big one.
Yeah, so honestly, what I would tell most people is to try and start small. Try and start within the Caribbean. Maybe not go so big so fast. If it's the case where, for example, you're already a teacher and you want to apply to teach online, like what we spoke about earlier, then go ahead and do that because you basically already qualified, you already have experience in that, right? But for example, if you want to go and apply, let's say maybe someone who used to work in an office in town, they see a job listing online for office assistant. I wouldn't recommend they just go and apply to that. What I'd recommend they try to do is try and get something within the Caribbean first. Just try and branch out slow because for even the people at the call center, right, that used to be at Clare Harbor maybe. It's true it always have call center jobs online, but unless it's probably saying that they're looking for unless it's probably saying that it doesn't require a lot of experience, or it's saying that that is entry level or so, I would recommend they just jump into it and apply to it, especially according to the company or whatnot. If it's a company where you can see they just take people from various Caribbean islands and they're looking for customer service people, I would tell you go ahead and apply to that one. So I would just say to try and start out smaller or apply to those I post about where it pertaining to a particular job on a particular website. So for example, I did one for writers. So if you know you're a writer, you have experience in writing, go ahead and you can apply to those websites because you would probably have previous work to show your skills, right? So unless you for certain jobs and so on, unless you don't already have the experience, I wouldn't recommend you just go ahead and apply for it. If it's something where they may be saying experience not required and they providing training and so on, then fine. But if you see you're applying and nothing coming through, then again try and branch out slow, market yourself, reach out to maybe other islands in the Caribbean, even in the country, because I have clients from Dominica, but it's for, very small work, very here and there projects, nothing big, right? But that's still a good place for you to start from if you want to gain experience and grow your portfolio and whatnot.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
agree to that. Just to just reiterate, sometimes you want to have an online platform or online career, you have to just somebody saying that's just saying that Dominica don't have the qualifications for a job. What do you think about that comment?
I feel like you're trying to twist my words. What I'm saying is if you know you don't have, let's say, the qualification, let's say you don't have experience in call center work and you're going to apply for a call center job for a company that you seen on their thing that they do not really take applicants from Caribbean countries, then I'm saying then that would just be a waste of your time, right? It's better to find a company that take applicants from the Caribbean and okay, it's saying the listing provides training and so on, and then you can apply for that job because again, when you're applying for work online, you fight in a battle where thousands of other people are applying to that same job.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone that maybe have more experience with it than you and so on and so on. So again, you have to be able to pick your battles and know the kind of jobs you're applying for.
And then let me just ask you this question because I've just been thinking about it there. In terms of working online, what equipment you most essential to have?
You definitely need a laptop. You need a laptop. And most of them does give you the specifics of the type of laptop that you need to have, which is like a Windows 8 or 10 and above,
Mhm.
right? You need to have steady Wi-Fi, good Wi-Fi. Some of them you need to have headsets, and the headsets where you can hear and speak at the same time. So like the USB headsets and
Quality,
so
okay, or a quality microphone. Also, if you're gonna do
yeah.
some customer service
So the
stuff like that,
headsets
okay.
with the microphones where you can hear and speak at the same time.
Okay.
Because you have some microphones you have some headsets you buy in and it probably have the wires for audio, and I wouldn't recommend you buy one like that. Just buy a USB headset where you can speak
Yeah,
and talk at the same time. Especially if you're going to do a customer service job, they always ask for headsets.
definitely.
Yeah, so that's the
So,
three main things.
so guys, I just decided to pull up at least 3 websites basically where persons can see, from the Caribbean. You have to apply. I put the last one is the voiceover jobs where my wife have experience in it. She does do the voiceover jobs and she get paid. The first one you can log on to is in the CaribbeanJobs.com, but this is already another larger scale because it's a regional thing right now. So if you feel like as if you've gone through the local domestic jobs, online possibilities for jobs, and you're not getting anything, or you want to pass that level, and you can look at the CaribbeanJobs.com, where you'd be
Mhm.
seeing listings from the Caribbean, everywhere from the Caribbean. Note that there are Caribbean islands that have millions of people in it, so you'll be going against those people. But yes, you can go and you can see exactly what is there, and you can start making some applications. Apart from that, we also have the flex jobs where you can see job listings in Dominica itself. So you can see it has some jobs right here.
Flex
Right
jobs
here.
have jobs for Dominica.
Yes. I did see Alastafan's job listings in Dominica for Dominica right there. And flex
Sweet, my
jobs.
boy.
I did see one for Astafans. It was I think some I can't
Because
remember the name.
I know flex jobs is like mostly US. Every time you see something remote, they want candidates in the US. So I usually stay away from that side.
From that side. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we have if you guys good at voice acting, then we have voices. All right, you have
Yeah.
voices. But you get paid through PayPal. I think you get paid through PayPal. So my wife used
Yeah. Most of these platforms they pay through PayPal. PayPal or Payoneer.
yeah. So then you have that option. You have those options. You have those options really and truly.
And the good thing about Payoneer is that you can actually apply for a card and they send you your card and then you can just withdraw your money from the ATM with the card.
Yeah. I have another question. They say that means the qualification of the Caribbean gives are not accepted. Well,
That's not what I said. What I
yes.
said What I said is that some jobs, some countries, some companies that hiring remote workers is not any countries they take remote workers for. So some countries specifically looking for people from the US, some of them looking from people from the UK. It just depends. Some of them you can work from anywhere. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can apply. But what I am saying is that if you want to apply for a customer service job, for example, and you have no previous experience in customer service, and the job is maybe asking that you have experience in customer service, I wouldn't recommend you go ahead and apply because that might just be a waste of your time because you are going up against thousands of other people around the world applying for that job who maybe already have experience in that job, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is if it's better to start off looking for companies that hire remote workers in Caribbean countries and it have companies like that, or you want to apply for a job where no experience is really needed, they provide in training, so on and so forth. For example, okay, another example is if you're a person who has a lot of experience in accounting, you have a vast background in accounting, bookkeeping, and so on, then you can go ahead and apply for any job, right? As long as it's saying that it's hiring worldwide. Because
Okay.
maybe they look at your CV and say, or your portfolio and say, okay, I can see where you helped X, Y, and Z. I really like the work that you do as a bookkeeper, your qualifications and so, and they will hire you, right? But I'm saying in certain aspects, if you know you don't have the experience to show on your resume, it wouldn't make sense to apply.
Okay.
If it's a job that looking for the experience, then.
The experience. So we actually closing down on our mark. So right now I'm gonna leave it open for any closing remarks you'd give, any lasting thing, any message you want to pass across. You can do that.
The last thing I would like to say is, again, please, the best option I would say is to join the Work Online Dominica. It only happens once a year. They only take a certain amount of people, but it is completely free. You don't have to pay for it. You just have to dedicate a certain amount of time to it, right? Because they usually have class in the night time. I can't remember. I think it's just once a week. They meet once a week and for about an hour or so, right? So you just have to dedicate some of your time to doing the training. That's all. But it's completely free and it would really help you understand the work online environment better and help you set up your own profiles and your resume and everything.
Okay.
They even help you apply for jobs when you're just starting off.
When you're starting off. But then how do you get so how do you know when that program is available?
They have a Facebook page, you can follow their Facebook page.
Facebook page. Let me just get it because I want business to really and truly get some valuable thing here. It's just Work Online Dominica, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Or if you go on Israel Dominica web Facebook, they just post about it too.
All right, lovely. Let me just share the screen as person can really see. Carlos, go ahead, Carlos.
Who is the organizer for that page? Do you know?
No, I don't know who's the organizer.
Okay. That's the Israel.
Israel is one of the people that they basically sponsor the program and whatnot. They just set up the program and so on.
So if you're just starting out, well, this is something you can monitor very closely. They also have a website. You can just check it out.
When they have applications open, they just post. When they have applications open.
It's a very good program, boy. It's a very good program.
Some people just back away from it because for the application you have to do a video. You have to do a 1 minute or 2 minute video, basically talking about why you want to do the program and why they should choose you and whatnot. So people just back away from it. But again, I feel like if you're someone who ready to take that initiative and you're ready to start that part of your life and so on, you would just take up the challenge and go ahead and do it. It's like doing a little interview, basically. Yeah. But it's just a video you send it to them. So you dress professionally, you make sure you have a clear background, nothing in the background, and you just make your quick video and you upload it along with I think you also have to write a 300-word essay talking about yourself and why you want to do the program and so on. So it's a simple application, but just doing those two things, I think that has really weed out who have the real drive and potential and so on to do the program.
Definitely. I believe this is a very good opportunity for persons in Dominica here to get some exposure. Guys, remember you do have to build your profile so you can land them bigger jobs and make the bigger monies. But you have to accept your reality as it is. You may be at an elementary stage and you may need to increase your experience and your qualifications. You can do so. It have platforms for that. You can use your DME to learn some soft skills quickly. You can do skill shares as well to learn some skills. As we come
And
along to the
Google
close,
Google
Brian.
also have free courses as well.
Yeah, yeah, very well. That's very true. Google also has some free courses as well. So then, as we wrapping up this, I want to just really thank you so much for coming on for tonight and sharing this valuable information to the people. I hope that it benefits them in one way or another. But it was very insightful, and I appreciate it a lot.
No, absolutely. I think it's a really good program and it's a really good opportunity for people to, just make extra money, another form of income, or it could be your only form of income, if you really land a client that they're with you full term. And
Yeah.
because a lot of people from the program are really doing well right now, working with a client full time, employed by a company and so on. So that could be them too.
Definitely, and you have to look at the post. You have to look at the benefits. We did the pros, but one of the pros I believe from working online is that you're not really restricted to here, because sometimes we have
Mhm.
some policies here in the workforce. You're gonna pass those things.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make any C currency. You're making some other currency, whatever it is. This is a plus for you, and then you
Plus,
can
when you get
see
paid, is in US, is in
is
all
in
another currency, is
another
not UT.
currency.
Yeah.
You understand? So then all that is very good for us. We like the possibility of making
Extra
foreign
dollar.
currency. Yeah, man. But it also comes with some disciplinary actions you have to take for yourself in terms of learning, being more disciplined, taking that thing more serious. Because I think our culture, because even for me when I started working online, I have to tell my mom I'm working online and I'm making some money. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? And she didn't have that. She was like, "Boy, you need to go and get a." I used to teach her, you need to send an application there and thing. I was like, "Mom, I'm working, I'm working, I'm making some money." She's like, and then I had to show her this is what I'm doing, and she's like, "Okay, fine, all right, I agree."
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. For those of us looking to get into content creating, it is not an easy road. Some people have it easy; they get. But if you collaborate, it might be easier for you. But you have to have the mindset that you build yourself to that level, and it may take some financing or something like that to get the equipment you need. But again, the whole point is to invest in yourself and invest in your skill. All right. So don't be afraid to do that. If you want to get to the next level, you have to. It will cost you something. It will cost you something. So, God, if you have anything to say in closing, we're wrapping it up.
No, I mean, it was a very informative chat with Miss Takea. I wish that I hope that the people who was listening got some information from the conversation, because it was helpful. You could go and work Dominica online, and she gave a couple other websites that you could go check out for online work, remote work. So take the initiative. You don't want to sit at your home all the time, or you could sit at your home and still work. So take the initiative and find something to do. Be productive in your life. Fido.
So, guys, already locked on with Focus with Fido with Truth, Transparency, and Rational Thinking is. Again, I just wanted to reiterate and just thank Miss John Baptist for coming on the platform here.
Slow down. I can't. We don't hear nothing you say.
You don't hear what I'm saying? Okay, cool, no problem. Then you're
No, no.
locked on with Focus with Fido for Truth, Transparency, and Rational Thinking. And I also want to reiterate and just thank Miss John Baptist for coming on the platform and sharing some valuable insights. I believe that would benefit us if you just take the initiative, as you say, and put it to use. That it will benefit us in a very good way. Again, thank you, and we out.
Stay there, no Takea.
Yeah, stay there. I don't know how quick thing and stay there. You're locked on with Focus with Fido for truth, transparency, and rational thinking.
Well, this is Cardo's Media. And yeah, don't blame the messenger. Yeah.